Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back to the podcast. How is everybody doing? So I just thought I'd show you how easy podcasting is. There has been quite a few views that I've reached out and I was thinking about launching a podcast in January, and obviously you are overwhelmed. And you don't need to be overwhelmed. I've been working today, Sunday, in the salon, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a bath, I'm going to try and record, I've got my notes ready, I'm not going to edit it because I'm using my phone, so there is software you can get, which I'll tell you about for your phone, because sometimes we can record anyway. It doesn't have to be pitch perfect because we are busy mums. We shouldn't have expectations because this podcast is about high frequency, high energy, about support and self-care. And today I wanted to talk about looking at Christmas calm and quiet manifesting, just looking at that gentle reset for us. Because if you're listening to this now or in between Christmas, the chances are Christmas is done and you are thinking about the new year. The routines are a bit wobbly. The days will just feel slower, but your mind might be louder. After Boxing Day, I'm thinking New Year's goals. I've picked my word for next year. I'm excited for next year. Me and my friend Nicola was talking about that. I've got so much to be excited for next year, especially with our business. And you know how quick it's gone this year? Like a year ago today, I was getting ready for Nan's funeral, and I really can't believe I've got through like a whole year. It's scary to think that. And I've used lots of manifesting tools to get me through. And I feel like if I wasn't on that certain level, I wouldn't have got through it. I'm not going to lie, I've had a bit of a wobble this week. For the last couple of days, I brought myself out because I've been excited to see my clients. My son's really excited. And I've used things to bring myself back up, because sometimes we need to do that. We need to give ourselves a little bit of quiet. And I've used Protect Your Peace this week so much. But don't be worrying about you not doing all these manifesting practices, because you're not behind. You don't need a full plan. You don't need to sort your life out before January. There is in between space. And it's actually quite powerful, because actually it's like a gate-free card where you can actually just take your time. If you've got any time off, take your time to really look at everything. And if you've got a business, look at your business goals. Audit your social media. Is all your links working? Everything like that. Like, what can you offer next year? What didn't work next year? What are you going to take off your link tree if you're in business? So it's like looking at the reflection and not pressurizing yourself, but thinking about the gratitude, the joy, not being exhausted. I know it's hard. We're going to be missing people. We can be overstimulated with love and grief. And that's what I've been doing this week. But I'm getting through it now, because it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. I didn't expect me to feel that kind of way, but it's expected. Christmas brings up a lot for so many people. And you've got to try and keep it magical when you've got children, because it can feel heavy, but that's allowed too. So it's journaling, writing everything down. Go get yourself a journal. I've got journals on my link tree, and I'm actually in the middle of creating one. And I thought, well, if I just write everything down and I've upped my gratitude, and I kept thinking, what am I actually grateful for? Like, what have I got? And I've got everything to be grateful for. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? When we look at the positives, no matter what they are for you, we've all got something. And I always say there's always something worse off than us, and there always is. So look at that in-between space. This is where the magic happens. The quiet week, where it can feel a bit stretchy. It isn't for massive goals, it's for noticing. This is when intuition whispers, when ideas drop. The clarity starts nudging you like gently, not shouting at you, because you've given your space, your brain space. Manifesting doesn't just start with action, it starts with awareness. And that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be super aware. I've not actually had my multi-bite crystal around my neck. And I thought, why am I really feeling this kind of way? And I thought, you know what it is? I've not had my crystal around my neck. I've had my rose quartz in my bra, but I've not had the other one. So I thought, right. So, and I've actually felt better the last couple of days because I've had it on. So this is the thing. It's just small things that you can actually bring in that will help you, because it's just about gentle manifesting. Like, what I want you to do is grab a notebook or just sit with this. And I want you to ask yourself, what felt heavy this year? What surprised me about myself? What am I proud of, even if nobody else saw it? What do I want less of next year? And what do I want more ease around? So it's not fixing, not forcing, it's just noticing. So you might just want more peace. You might not want to go out as much because you might have had a heavy, expensive year. And me and my friend Sarah keep talking about this. Like, what's happened to us? We're like hermits. And we were talking about like old days when we all used to go out. And we'd like go out at 11 at night. And we'd just like certain nightclubs now, they don't even exist. But we wouldn't even consider going out because I just don't know. I think you get to an age, don't you? Just want to just relax and you want to focus on you and your life and your peace and your self-development. And it's about planting those manifesting seeds without the pressure. So you don't need to think about your vision board yet. You can start writing things down. And you don't even need a word of the year yet. You can wait till the very last minute. So think of this moment as planting seeds, not harvesting. Because what you want to do is to start to plant some seeds and sit with them and think, do these seeds feel good? We've already got rid of the weeds. So now we plant the new seeds. We want to think like, what's coming in for us? Actually, really deep down, you might not want people coming to your house all the time. You might not want your in-laws bugging you all the time. There's so many, I'm just going scenarios that I talk to people on a daily. Like, helping your kids out all the time and being made a mug of. There's different things that I have different clients that will say, I'm sick of being a mug, I'm sick of being the doormat, I'm sick of doing all the housework, because we let it happen. So it's about new boundaries, new structure, being verbal with the family and communication, and that's what it's all about, because life changes, people change. And this last couple of weeks, my husband he's been amazing. He works weekend at the minute, but he's like wrapped all the Christmas presents, he's been out buying things, and I've done a lot as well, but I've let him do it. And I'm like, you know what? You pick things that you think instead of me doing it. And he's gone and done it, and he's really excited. He's been bouncing in excited. Because usually he's working and I've got it, and there's no enjoyment when I get it, because he's like, oh, yeah. So he's been going to Marks and Spencer's getting some cheese and biscuits for Christmas Eve. It's just the little things that sometimes men need to be, or just, whatever type of relationship you're in, the other person sometimes needs to role reverse sometimes. And sometimes that's quite cathartic, because you're like, well, I'm not doing all the work. Because sometimes we take over as parents, we really, truly do. And I said this to my friend Lindsay, and I said to her, you take over, like you do too much. Because we are obsessed with our children, we are obsessed with making it right. We are, we want to be the perfect, aesthetically, parent, don't we? Because there's so much pressures online. But I want you to think of quiet intentions, like, I want more calm, I want to trust myself more, I want my energy to be protected, I want money to feel easier, I want to feel like me again. So the calm could be looking at self-care, like me, I'm having a bath, I've got a face pack, I've got some beautiful candles. The trust in yourself is like, take a risk. Maybe you want to set up a business, doing things independently. Let's get the main character energy out. We need to get the main character energy going. You're protecting your peace, or protecting yourself from, there's loads of different spells and like practices, if you go back on recent episodes, that you can do to protect that peace. Money, you might want more money. You can look at doing a podcast with me, some self-published books, bring some money in, or setting up business, digital products. And you want to feel like me again. This goes down to health and fitness. Like this time last year, I was 5 stone heavier. And my friend sent me a video, Helen, of us she's lost 4, I've lost 5 stone. And we were sliding down this space centre, and I was like, oh, can't believe like how big we look. Like, I didn't think I looked like that. But she just goes to show, like, this time last year I was in a completely different place. And do you know what? This year I was setting health goals like they were going out of fashion. And I thought, you know what? I've lost my nan and I really can't go into the new year with this because my sugar levels were everywhere, my cortisol levels, I was grieving. I was like, oh, please sort me out. And one thing, I thought, I've got everything in life, but all I want is to lose weight and get back to me. And I was just spiraling with my weight because I was stressed and I was probably feeling a certain way. And even though I was manifesting everything was going well, your body internalises everything. And when you get into your 40s, your perimenopausal, like things start to change. Your hormones definitely change because you can feel them. So I had to trust myself to, sort myself out this year. So this took a year. But next year, it's about toning. It's about gaining more muscle. It's about really time blocking and getting everything in for me. Like, what am I going to do? I'm going to time block more. I'm going to book a massage every month. Just the little things, like, because like your hair and nails, sometimes we need them doing, don't we? But massages, we can like forget about them and think, oh, but you know what? If you put £10 a week away in like, I've got a Monzo business account and a savings pot, and you put money in there and you feel like less obliged then to pay because you're like, I've got 40 quid. And like, that's what it is like for a massage. So you put that money away, put things away for you, or just put some like coins away if you get any cash, because sometimes we feel guilty, but if we've not missed it, we kind of don't do it. So yeah, there's different ways we can start looking at, like intentions for the year. There's lots of free resources in my link tree as well you can have a look at. But if you're tired, you're not failing. If you've rested, you're not lazy. If you've gone quiet, you're integrating. I went a bit quiet this week. I just had to sort my head out because my nervous system just needed that softening. Just needed relaxing because my body was just all over. It just came out like a bin lid opened. Everything come out, like my nan, this, that and the other. I was like, what's going on? And then, manifesting works best when your body feels safe. So it's like, in my book, Manifested Through Motherhood, I talk about effortless manifesting. I'm very much into effortless manifesting, where I manifest something, it'll come true. But if you're in lack of money and you're worrying and you want money to come through, and when I coach ladies and I tell them this, they go, oh, I'm like struggling for money. And I'm like, but you're overthinking it. You're begging the universe, let's change this approach. And I'll tell you what, money starts to come in straight away, because we can all be frantic about money, because especially around Christmas, we've got so much to think about. But I want you to take a breath and say to yourself, I honour what this year has taught me. I release what I no longer need to carry. I trust that clarity is unfolding gently and in my own time. I allow ease, alignment and support to meet me where I am. I don't chase, I receive. And this is where we can look at what didn't work next year, and we surely aren't going to take that into next year. And it's fine that we've been grieving last year. It's fine that we've been in bad toxic relationships, in toxic work relationships, but we can change that. You don't need to rush into the year. Let it meet you gently, softly. Just give it a little exhale. I have to do some grounding techniques, because sometimes we just need to think about what we want, not what other people want. I think when we sit down, and I'm going to do this over the next couple of days, get my diary out. I've got loads of offers that I'm going to put out. I've got my 4-week manifestation reset, or the one-to-one. So I'm going to be focusing on promoting those next year. I might do some masterclasses. I've got people contacting me about podcasts, one-to-ones. So yeah, I'm going to do more like maybe some in-person workshops. I'm going to do an event with my friend Nicola. We did look at an event a couple of months ago. It was absolutely extortionate, and you didn't get the food. So you know what? I said to her, that venue was lovely, but it wasn't meant to be. So we've got some other ones in mind. So I said, you know what? Let's maybe look at March or something, where people have gone back and they're not stressing about money. And because the spring starts and everybody's like on it then, aren't they? Because I think January, if you've not started manifesting and doing all these practices in January, you can struggle. I have got a 100-day goal setting planner. So I'm going to promote that on my podcast, actually. I mean, on my socials. But I'll put the link in my show notes. And it's 150 pages. So it should last you 3 months. And start writing in it daily. It will keep you super accountable. And this is a time where you buy your books now. Like, if you can buy my book, it's on Kindle, or you can buy it on hardback and paperback, and it'll just give you that reset. Even if you send it to somebody and say, can you get me this for Christmas? Because if you've got Amazon Prime, you can get it the next day. So you've still got like a couple of days now where you can actually start buying a few, things, or you can get it straight away on digital. So yeah, just be kind with yourself. I will put another episode out in between. And yeah, I'm just ready now. I'm ready for new clarity, new focus, looking at me, focusing on my son and making sure that his needs are met. Next year he's like going into his 16th year. His body's going to change. Everything's going to change for me. So it's being aware as well and being kind to yourself. And what I say to women is, don't settle for less in a relationship. Like, if I could sprinkle some of my husband through this podcast, I mean, I don't know what your partners are like, then I would, because I have so many friends that are saying to me, like, your husband is just chill, calm. But sometimes we don't see that until we see somebody else. So protect your peace that way and look at your boundaries and what you actually truly deserve from. We're in our 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever we're in, but we should be expecting these things as we get older. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So let me know how you all are, and I will speak to you all soon. And yeah, just look after you and what your needs are, because that's the most important thing over Christmas. And go and get yourself a little treat. And happy Christmas! If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my link tree. From my book, Manifesting Through Motherhood, to powerful resources and ways we can work together. It's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.